Just when I thought we were done talking about the Jeannie Mai and Jeezy divorce, we have a new story talking about where exactly is Jeannie going to live. And apparently, Jeannie and Jeezy have been having issues for a very long time. But things got worse recently. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So it's been a few days since we talked about the Jeannie Mai and Jeezy divorce. The last video that we did, according to multiple sources close to Jeannie Mai, she was denying any cheating and any relationship with the married Mario Lopez, citing their chemistry on camera was just that, just for the show. Nothing is happening between them. But a quick update on what happened here in this situation. We've heard from multiple sources. We told you what Funky Daniva's sources told you. We told you what other sources have been saying. What exactly was the reason for these two to break up? Well, according to these sources, they're saying it really wasn't just one thing. It wasn't cheating. It was all these little things. We also told you that Jeannie Mai was not going to give up on her marriage. Our friends over at Layla Lynn here on YouTube told you that in these divorce filings, it went from uncontested to contested, which led a lot of people to believe what exactly is happening here. Is she going to fight the divorce? Is she going to fight the prenuptial agreement? Or maybe there are issues when it comes to figuring out custody. According to Jeezy's filing, he wants joint custody with his child. We also gave you an update because a lot of you told me to go watch this interview that Jeezy did with Sway in the morning. And we did. And we talked a little bit about what he said in regards to his relationship with Jeannie. So even just a month ago, it didn't seem like there were any issues, including a post that Jeannie posted on her social media saying that I look forward to walking this life with you. I'm so impressed with what you said in this book and how far you've come from your journey in life from his best-selling book. And a lot of people have speculated, is this whole situation with Jeezy and the divorce filing timely to promote his book? I honestly don't believe that because his book had already hit the New York Times bestsellers list. You may have also seen just a few days ago, people were saying, well, maybe things are not going to be over between Jeezy and Jeannie. He's still wearing his wedding ring. Well, it should be noted, he still has not confirmed that he's divorcing Jeannie. Yes, there's court documents, but neither party has released a statement. Well, now, according to sources over at People magazine, they're saying that Jeannie is devastated, but not just that, she doesn't know where she's going to live, because she's sort of been living like bi-coastal. And apparently they have been having issues a lot recently. So according to People magazine, they said that Jeannie Mai Jenkins is hoping to salvage her relationship with husband Jeezy after he filed for divorce earlier this month. A source tells People magazine that the real host, who's 44 years old, is, quote, hurt and devastated by the rapper's decision to end their marriage. The insider says she got married to stay married. She's committed to trying to save her marriage, which we reported to you a week ago. A second source reveals that the problems between the pair escalated recently, sharing that they've had issues for a long time, but things got really hard over the last few months. And a lot of you are trying to speculate what exactly were those issues. Well, we told you, according to Funky Daniva's sources, it was actually really small issues. Her walking the child to school. He wants to invite a couple of friends over. She wants to invite everyone and get a party planner. He's a very private person. She likes a social media relationship. But one of the other things that we told you was that these two were so busy that she's always in LA, he's in Atlanta, and they just did not have enough time for each other. Well, they continue and they said he spends nearly all his time in Atlanta and she was flying back and forth between there and LA. She was scaling back a bit and trying to spend more time in Atlanta to work on their issues. So the source added, they said that she obviously knew that they had problems, but she wasn't expecting a divorce, which goes back to everyone saying that was she blindsided by this divorce, a divorce that he filed recently, but according to court documents had been thinking about this since June. They said she obviously knew that they had problems, but she wasn't expecting a divorce. Now she's trying to figure out what her future looks like and where she'll be living. So she's probably trying to figure out, first of all, now this is not like her last divorce. Her last divorce, they didn't have any children. Now she has a child with Jeezy and he wants joint custody. But she's back and forth between Atlanta and LA. And now she's trying to figure out, so where am I going to stay? Am I going to have a home in Atlanta too? They said that while Jenkins is hoping to work on their marriage, Jeezy posted to Instagram shortly after filing the divorce that he was focusing on himself. He says to focus on who I'm becoming, to focus on who's not coming with me. You may recall we reported to you about that as well. So they said in the filing, the Grammy-nominated star said that the former couple, who have a prenuptial agreement in place, are currently living in a bona fide state of separation, and that their marriage is irretrievably broken with no hope of reconciliation, no matter how Jeannie Mai feels or what she might be feeding to the blogs. Or not just the blogs, media. Okay. If you've been watching my follow-up and coverage of the story, I've given you multiple sides of what may have went wrong here. But I did tell you, I was like, well, pay attention to the narrative. Who's playing this game of media? We told you one of the things that Jeezy and Jeannie allegedly could not see eye to eye on was this sort of, he's a very private person. She's a little bit more open. She also knows how to navigate PR. They said that the document also stated that Jeezy, also known as Jay Jenkins, wants to share joint legal custody of the pair's daughter, Monaco. He also is the dad of 2 other children from previous relationships. They said that reps have reached out to both parties, but did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. Well, here's my comment. Like I said to you before, I do feel as if Jeannie wanted to stay in this marriage. Jeezy was done with it. Apparently, he was done with it back in June, looking like he was ready to file then. But apparently, maybe they were trying to work things out. Not sure exactly what was the last straw for Jeezy. But we've said this before. If it's true that it was all these small little things that happened between Jeezy and Jeannie, then it could be salvaged with maybe some counseling. But did they go to counseling and did things just not change? And if you really want to work on your marriage, is Jeannie prioritizing her career over her marriage? Well, Jeannie is a hustler. If you knew Jeannie before The Real, she had multiple shows. She was always hustling. She was probably like the only person on The Real that was like, oh, I kind of know who this is. Of course, besides Tamar and Tamara and Adrian. But like, I actively knew that she was hosting things. Like those other women we didn't know as hosts. I knew Jeannie Mai as a host of different things. So she was always hustling. I can also see for her, and if you watched her YouTube or if you watch other interviews, but she is a hustler and she is trying to always elevate her career. And now that her daytime talk show is done, it wouldn't shock me that she probably found it hard to prioritize her career things versus what she's trying to do in her marriage. And she wouldn't be the first person that struggled to find a balance there. And it really depends on your partner and what they're willing to take. Maybe Jeezy wasn't willing anymore to have a wife that is back and forth. Maybe he wants a wife that's just going to be in Atlanta. So maybe it's Jeezy's fault. No. Well, here's the thing. You can't make people change what they want and what they see for their marriage. And sometimes it's just better to end it before it hits that point where you are both disrespecting each other. So Jeannie, if he doesn't want you, girl, let him go. I get it. You want to fight for your marriage. You want to make it work because you have a child. But if that's not what he wants, it's probably for the best for you and your child. Guys, as always, I want to know your thoughts. I didn't even think that we would have another update. I thought the next update might be the divorce is finalized. But apparently not. Apparently not. Let's continue this conversation below. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
You bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire.